Have you ever heard the name Jezebel? Today, it's often used to describe a certain type of woman, but the original Jezebel was a real historical figure. A queen whose story is one of the most dramatic in ancient history. Let's dive into who she really was, beyond the modern stereotypes. Our story begins in the 9th century BC. Jezebel wasn't born in Israel. She was a Phoenician princess, the daughter of the king of Tyre. Phoenicia was a major maritime power, known for its wealth trade and its vibrant, polytheistic culture. Jezebel was raised worshipping gods like Baal and Asherah. This background is crucial because it sets the stage for a massive cultural and religious clash. At the time, the kingdom of Israel was ruled by King Ahab. To forge a powerful political alliance with Phoenicia, Ahab arranged to marry Jezebel. This was a smart political move, uniting two influential kingdoms. But for the people of Israel, who worshipped one God, Yahweh, this marriage was a huge problem. It wasn't just a foreign queen coming to town, it was her beliefs and customs that came with her. When Jezebel arrived in Israel, she didn't just quietly practice her religion. As queen, she actively promoted the worship of Baal and Asherah. She convinced her husband, King Ahab, to build temples and altars dedicated to her gods right in the heart of Israel. For the devout followers of Yahweh, this was an abomination. It was a direct challenge to their core beliefs and their national identity. The tension boiled over with the arrival of a figure you've probably heard of, the prophet Elijah. Elijah was a fierce and unwavering defender of Yahweh. He saw Jezebel's influence as a spiritual poison corrupting the nation. The conflict between Elijah and Jezebel became the stuff of legend, a high-stakes battle for the soul of Israel. One of the most famous showdowns happened on Mount Carmel. Elijah challenged 450 prophets of Baal, sponsored by Jezebel, to a divine contest. The challenge was simple: whose God could send down fire from heaven to consume a sacrifice. The prophets of Baal prayed, chanted, and even cut themselves for hours, but nothing happened. Then, it was Elijah's turn. He repaired an old altar to Yahweh, had it drenched with water 3 times, and then he prayed. According to the story, fire instantly fell from the sky, consuming the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and even the water in the trench. It was a stunning victory for Elijah and a humiliating defeat for Jezebel's prophets. When Jezebel heard what had happened, she was furious. She sent a message to Elijah, swearing an oath that she would have him killed within 24 hours. This threat was so serious that Elijah, the man who had just called down fire from heaven, fled for his life into the wilderness. This shows just how powerful and feared Jezebel was. She wasn't just a queen, she was a force to be reckoned with. But Jezebel's most infamous act was yet to come. It involved a man named Naboth, who owned a vineyard next to the royal palace. King Ahab wanted that vineyard and offered to buy it or trade it for a better one. But Naboth refused. The land had been in his family for generations, and according to Israelite law, ancestral land was not to be sold. Ahab was sulky and disappointed, but it was Jezebel who took matters into her own hands. Seeing her husband's frustration, she told him not to worry, that she would get him the vineyard. She then hatched a wicked plan. She wrote letters in Ahab's name, sealed them with his seal, and sent them to the elders of Naboth's city. The letters instructed them to falsely accuse Naboth of cursing God and the king, a crime punishable by death. 2 scoundrels were hired to testify against him, and the innocent Naboth was stoned to death. With Naboth out of the way, Jezebel coolly told her husband he could now take possession of the vineyard. When Elijah learned of this horrific injustice, he confronted King Ahab in the very vineyard he had just stolen. Elijah delivered a chilling prophecy. Just as dogs had licked up Naboth's blood, dogs would one day lick up Ahab's blood. And as for Jezebel, Elijah prophesied that dogs would devour her by the wall of Israel. Time passed, and both Ahab and Jezebel met their prophesied ends. After Ahab's death, Jezebel's son became king. But a military commander named Jehu was anointed by a prophet to overthrow the dynasty. Jehu launched a bloody coup, riding furiously toward the palace in Israel. When Jezebel heard he was coming, she didn't hide or beg for mercy. In a final act of defiance, she put on makeup, did her hair, and looked out the window, every inch the queen. As Jehu rode in, she called out to him, taunting him. Jehu looked up and shouted to the eunuchs standing with her, "Who is on my side? Throw her down." And they did. Jezebel fell from the window, and Jehu's chariot trampled her. Later, when he sent men to give her a proper burial, they found almost nothing left. Just as Elijah had prophesied, dogs had consumed her body. The story of Jezebel is a complex tale of power, politics, faith, and brutality. She was a foreign queen who fiercely held onto her own culture in a land that rejected it. Was she a villain? To the ancient Israelites, absolutely. But she was also a woman of incredible conviction and strength who refused to bow to anyone, right up to her very dramatic end. Her legacy, for better or worse, has echoed through thousands of years. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history.